Hey guys, how's it going? TickTick here. Hope you're all doing well. Over the last few months during lockdown, I've been using my iPad more and more than ever, and it's become a centerpiece to my workflow, and I've discovered many different apps along the way that have transformed it from just a general content consumption device into a productivity machine. So I thought, why not compile all of my favourite productivity and creativity related apps into a single video so I could share them with you guys. I'll make sure to leave any of the apps that I've mentioned in this video down below in the description, but without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so starting off with one of the apps that I probably couldn't live without, TickTick. TickTick is essentially a to-do list app that offers a ton of different ways to manage your day-to-day goals, and I found that having a way to gamify tasks both big and small during lockdown has been super helpful because it keeps structure where it's otherwise easy to fall into the trap of procrastination. The main thing that you can do other than set individual tasks is create different lists. So for example, I can sort by general tasks, school-related tasks, or tasks that involve YouTube. The color coding and the narrowing everything down definitely helps with being organized. Not only that, but you can additionally sort by different time periods, like tasks that are due today, tomorrow, in the next 7 days, plus anything else that you want to add from the smart list and tag section in settings. And I find that this helps to keep things in perspective and only keep your focus on the immediate future, where then things actually matter. Another thing that's especially handy for when you're in that I can't be bothered state of mind is Pomodoro, or Pomo for short. The idea is to start the timer for say 25 minutes and do a task until that timer is up, and then you have a delegated rest period and then you go again. I know, it sounds really dumb, but it kills procrastination with ease. I guarantee once you start that timer, within 5 minutes you won't want to stop doing that task. Along with all of that, there's also a habit tracker that offers detailed day-by-day tracking of a goal with journal-like features to let you see how you're progressing, solid cross-platform support with pretty much every type of device, integration with the stock calendar, and a variety of different themes for customization. And whilst there is also a paid premium version too with a couple more features, I'd say that the standard version that offers everything that I've just mentioned is probably the best deal for anyone looking for a free app to organize their life. This next app is my note-taking app of choice, and it's called Craft. Craft is much like most other note-taking apps. You create a new note, you write something in it, and yay, it's done. But the thing that I like the most about Craft is that it's designed in such a way that it feels like Apple made it with its ultra-slick animations and glyphs. Once you've done all the gestures and the layout, the experience becomes so smooth, and it just makes note-taking a breeze. In terms of functionality, it has many of the features that you'd expect, like lists, adding bullet points in different stylings, drawing with an Apple Pencil or your finger, inserting images, scanning documents, collaboration, as well as cross-platform support between other devices. I mainly use Craft for writing down any general ideas or planning videos, and I find the drawing tool especially handy for writing down the different points I want to mention, as well as sketching out thumbnails before I go and shoot them. Although it's not the most advanced note-taking app out there, and there's not really much else to say about it, I like the simplicity and the fluidity of using it, and that's why it's so nice to use. And for a free app, hey, it's pretty good. Moving on to something a little more creative, an app that I really enjoy using on my iPad for photo editing is Pixelmator Photo. Not to be confused with Pixelmator for iPad, Pixelmator Photo is essentially a higher end Lightroom equivalent that offers probably what I would say is the best photo editing experience on an iPad. Along the bottom you have lots of different preset filters that you can apply to a photo for quick changes, but likewise you can also utilize the amazing menu along the side for fine-tuning white balance, hue, saturation, lightness, selective color, and more to make your image perfect. Not only that, but there are also a few machine learning enhanced and super resolution tools that automatically fix your image, and the repair tool is equally amazing for making unwanted details disappear. I've made an image like this, go like this. Although it hasn't got all the high-end features of the desktop Pixelmator Pro and costs maybe a little too much at $7.99, I definitely recommend it to anyone who works with photos and wants to upgrade them to the next level. Continuing on with photo editing, another app that I find really useful for doing so is Affinity Photo. Some of the highlighting features for people who want to push the iPad to its limits are that it lets you work with pretty much every color space with support for 16-bit images, and it supports many of the standard file formats, color adjustments, and brush tools from the desktop version. If you're not familiar with the layout, then I will admit that it does take some getting used to, as there's many different personas or modes along the top, with tools specific to those personas on the left, and a toolbar on the right with lots of different studios. I definitely haven't even scratched the surface when it comes to using every feature that it offers, but fortunately Affinity offers many different tutorials on its website for beginners, which I found really helpful, and if you're ever confused where to find anything, there's a really handy question mark icon in the bottom right that labels every menu name for you to find easily. This, combined with the fact that it integrates really nicely with the built-in Files app, as well as with accessories like a keyboard or trackpad or an Apple Pencil, makes it great for editing on the go, and it's definitely an essential for creators. And since it's not made by Adobe, it doesn't require you selling your kidneys every month to pay for that Creative Card subscription, and instead is a one-time purchase of $19.99. However, as of right now, it's currently 50% off in the App Store at just $9.99, so if you're thinking about buying it, I'd definitely get it now whilst it's still on sale. The final app on the list is AutoDesk Sketchbook. Now, I'm not one for doing much drawing, and mainly use AutoDesk Sketchbook for just quick sketches and the odd thumbnail, but for those of you who are big drawers, there is a vast library of different brushes and ways that you combine them to make a really good quality image. There's pencil, pen, highlighter, airbrush, paintbrushes, as well as smudge pens, different types of erasers for different effects, and much more. You can also change the thickness, the opacity, the wetness, or the flow depending on the brush that you're using, and the advanced menu lets you change things like the nib, the pressure, and the stamp for ultra precision. If you have an Apple Pencil, all of these tools are especially handy for making sure that you can create a realistic piece as if you had real pens and paper to hand. However, if you thought all that was great, there are many additional tools along the top, such as a selection tool filled with options for linear and radial gradients, rulers and perspective guidelines, image imports and text, not to mention the layering tool on the right that literally makes Sketchbook good enough for basic photo merging and manipulation. In fact, the entirety of the banners, the intro art and the logos for the channel were all made in AutoDesk Sketchbook, so it goes to show what is possible if you can use it well. This is another one of them how the heck is this all free kind of apps, and as I said, especially if you have an Apple Pencil, I definitely recommend it. And that's about it for this video. As I said before, all the apps that I mentioned will be linked in the description below if you want to check them out yourself, and if there are any apps that you use on your iPad for productivity or creativity, make sure to let us know in the comments down below so that we can use them too. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe as we're nearly at 400 subscribers and it would really help the channel out. This is TickTick here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.